Welcome to this video tutorial on completing Section D, Participants, of the Research Performance Progress Report, RPPR. Background information. With the adoption of the Biographical Sketch Common Form and the current and pending Other Support Common Form, per the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, OSTP memorandum, the process of completing this portion of the RPPR has changed. Accessing the RPPR. Log in to ERA Commons. There are two ways to access the RPPR. Click on the status icon on the landing page, or go to the Apps icon in the upper left corner. Select the Status option from the Apps menu. Both of these options open the Status PI search screen. Click the List of Applications Awards section. From the Status Results screen, find the award you want and click on the blue bar to expand the award information. Under the Available Actions column, look for the RPPR button. Click the RPPR button to open the RPPR menu screen. If the RPPR has not been started, click the Initiate button. It is important to note that only the PDPI can initiate an annual RPPR. If the RPPR has been started, click on the three-dot ellipses icon at the end of the award number. From the menu, select Edit RPPR. An RPPR can also be accessed by clicking the Apps icon in the upper left corner. From the menu, click RPPR. This opens the Manage RPPR screen. The Manage RPPR screen displays awards that have past due reports and upcoming reports. Past due reports are shown in bold text. The Status column shows the current state of the report: not started, PDPI work in progress, reviewer work in progress, submitted to agency, pending agency review, and accepted/processed. For reports that have not been started, click on the award number. This opens the RPPR menu screen. To start the RPPR, click Initiate in the lower right corner. For reports that have been started and its status is work in progress for you, click the award number. From the RPPR menu screen, click on the three-dot ellipsis icon at the end of the award number. From the menu, select Edit RPPR. Section D. Participants. The RPPR screen opens to Section A, Cover Page. To fill out the section for participants, click on tab D, Participants. The D Participants screen opens to D1, What individuals have worked on the project? List of participants. The other sections included on the screen are D2A, Level of Effort, and D2E, Multi-PI, MPI, Leadership Plan. In a moment, you will see that sections D2B, New Senior Key Personnel, D2C, Changes in Other Support, and D2D, New Other Significant Contributors, have been integrated into D1, List of Participants. D1. What individuals have worked on the project? List of participants shows the names of the participants, their status as a senior key personnel, their degrees, their role, and any supplemental support, SS. You also see a table of their person month's contribution and any foreign affiliation. Add a participant. On the D1 screen, there is also an Add Participant button. You use this button if new people have joined the project. Clicking the button opens the Add Participant window. Note that required fields are identified by a red asterisk at the end of the field name. Start with the ERA Commons User ID field. If you have this information, type it into the field and then click the Populate from Profile button. This copies key information from the user's personal profile and adds it to the corresponding fields. If you don't have the user's Commons ID, complete the fields manually with all the information available to you. Please note that a Commons ID is required for all senior key personnel. See Guide Notice NOTOD 21109. All individuals with a postdoctoral, graduate, or undergraduate role. See Guide Notice NOTOD 13097. And all individuals are required to provide a Biographical Sketch Common Form and/or Current and Pending Other Support Common Form. For all other project personnel with an established Commons ID, it should be provided. Select the project role by clicking in the field and selecting the appropriate option from the drop-down menu. Note that if Other Specify via Text Entry is selected, the Other Project Role field becomes active and is outlined in red to indicate it is a required field. The Other option should be used for other significant contributors. Selecting one of the other pre-made options, such as Faculty, removes the Other Project Role field. Complete the Person Months section. Use either calendar months or academic and/or summer months. The next field answers the question, is the person going to be a senior key personnel? Yes or no? Senior key personnel? Yes, and new to the project. If the new person you are adding is to be listed as senior key personnel, select yes. These responses are dynamic, meaning the window will expand to show additional fields based on the yes/no selection. In the case of selecting yes, the screen expands to display the criteria for senior key personnel. If the new person meets the criteria, select yes. The screen expands again, providing the fields for submitting the appropriate documentation. This represents what was previously the D.2.B new/key personnel section of the RPPR. The first field is the Biographical Sketch Common Form. This form is required. The second field is the Current and Pending Other Support CPOS Common Form. This form is also required. The third field is the Foreign Contract Document. This field is optional and is used when senior key personnel have appointments and/or employment with foreign organizations that are reported as other support. You can drag and drop the files into the drop zone, or you can use the Browse link to navigate to the files. To remove an attachment, click the red trash can icon. Senior key personnel. Yes, but not new to the project. Now let's look at what happens if the senior key personnel is not new to the project. By clicking No, the screen presents a different option. Changes in current and pending other support, yes or no. This represents what was previously D2C, changes in other support. Selecting Yes provides the Current and Pending Other Support CPOS Common Form Upload field and the Foreign Contract Document Upload field. Selecting No brings you to the final question. Is the individual's primary affiliation with a foreign organization? Yes or no? Selecting Yes expands the screen to provide fields for the organization name, city, and country. Once the fields are filled, click the Search button to find the appropriate organization. Selecting No does not present any new fields, and with all the fields completed, click the Add Participant button in the bottom right corner of the window. If you fail to complete a required field, the system displays the field in red. If you fail to provide a required uploaded document, the system shows the drop zone area with an error message. If there are no missing elements or errors and you click the Add Participant button, the system displays a success message at the top of the Add Participant window. Senior key personnel? No. When you answer no to the question if the person you are adding is being added as a senior key personnel, the window expands to ask if they are a new other significant contributor. If your response is yes, the window expands so that the required Biographical Sketch Common Form can be uploaded. If the response is no, the window remains the same and you can move on to the final question: is the individual's primary affiliation with a foreign organization? Edit an existing participant. Back on the D participant screen, you can edit an existing participant. To edit an existing participant, click the three-dot ellipses icon at the end of the person's name. Click Edit. This opens the Edit Participant window. Pre-existing data and data from the user's personal profile pre-fills the form. The data from the personal profile is read-only. Optional fields are the ORCID ID, but only if it is not already pre-filled from the personal profile, and the Supplement Support SS field. The rest of the fields work in the same manner and solicit the same information as when adding a new participant. The Edit Participant window dynamically presents or removes data fields based on your responses of yes or no. When done, click the Update button. A success message is displayed at the top of the window. Complete the remaining sections of the D Participants tab. D2A, Level of Effort. Level of effort asks for the next budget period if there will be either a reduction of 25% or more in the level of effort from what was approved by the agency for the PDPIs or other senior key personnel designated in the Notice of Award, or a reduction in the level of effort below the minimum amount of effort required by the Notice of Award. Yes or no? If you respond yes, the screen expands to include a text box where you can provide an explanation. If the response is no, you can move to the last section, the Multi-PI Leadership Plan. D2E, Multi-PI MPI Leadership Plan. The MPI Leadership Plan section asks if there will be a change in the MPI Leadership Plan for the next budget period. If the previous budget period did not have an MPI Leadership Plan, then the NA, not applicable, radio button is selected by default. If yes is selected, the screen expands to provide an upload area for the appropriate documentation. If there is currently an MPI Leadership Plan and there are no changes planned for the next budget period, select No. With all the fields completed for Section D, participants of the RPPR, you can click Cancel to take you back to the RPPR menu screen. You need to confirm you want to leave without saving your changes by clicking Yes on the confirmation window. Or you can click Check for Errors to be sure you didn't miss any required information. Click Save to complete the Participants section. A success message is displayed at the top of the screen. You can now move on to the other sections of the RPPR. Resources. There are a number of resources available to you for the RPPR if you need them. If you still need additional assistance with your RPPR, please contact the ERA Service Desk. This concludes this video tutorial on completing Section D, Participants, for the Research Performance Progress Report, RPPR. Thank you for watching.